Hello and welcome in. I am creating some videos for each sign based on your rising sign that will contain intuitive guidance just for you if you identify with the Sisterhood of the Rose. In this guidance, what I'm going to be calling in is guidance from the Marys within these cards. And I am going to be asking them to tell us a story for each rising sign of what is really opening and unfolding with the current astrological energy, which we all know we've been going through extreme transits. There's been a lot happening. And something really opened up through the solar eclipse for many people, the solar eclipse that happened April 8th. And then we had that huge Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, a beautiful new moon in Taurus, and then a very powerful full moon that we just had here in Sagittarius. And it's leading us into this ongoing story that Jupiter and Venus are really expanding us into from a soul's growth perspective. We are expanding into these new versions of self. And as Venus goes into Gemini soon along with Jupiter, Venus is going to have a full Venus and it's going to complete a cycle. And that seems very powerful and potent. And so I just wanted to really call in wisdom from my guidance team for all of you who identify with the Sisterhood of the Rose, to really hear maybe a little bit more of what might be going on, what might be opening up and calling you forward right now. So listen in with your own discernment for what feels right and what feels true for you. Allow it to sit with you. And this may not resonate for everyone, but I am going to create videos for each rising sign, and I hope you enjoy. And also, please share this content. I'm bad at even saying to like and subscribe and share. So if you wouldn't mind, please do so if you find a benefit, or if you know of anyone who you suspect might be also a part of the Rose lineage of light, also a part of the Sisterhood of the Rose. Thanks so much and enjoy. Welcome in, all of you Cancer risings. Here is your reading. Your very first card that was pulled is the Eight of Swords upside down. And so Spirit and the Marys would like to bring forward 4 major themes that you are really working throughout this energetic, expansive period of time that we're moving through. And so the first 4 cards are going to kind of give us the overarching theme, and then we've got 4 clarifying cards, as well as 3 soul growth cards and 1 support card that will hopefully bring some medicine or some advice or some kind of nourishment for you to work through the journey, whatever might be at hand. So on to your reading, Cancer risings. So this Eight of Swords really speaks to the idea of you coming out of a period of restriction, or perhaps that's what is breaking free right now. Upright, what this card typically symbolizes is this idea that we are remembering into the fact that we are sovereign beings, and that there is really nothing that can restrict us unless we allow it to. And oftentimes our fear, which is a byproduct of our logical mind, is what is truly creating the restrictions that we perceive energetically. And so sometimes these restrictions, they might be self-imposed. And if you're listening into this reading, it's because you identify as being a part of the Sisterhood of the Rose. And what I'm really picking up on for you is that this might be you opening into more of your own personal gifts, and perhaps even I'm hearing messages of feeling like there's a deep process underway, and that you are allowing yourself to surrender into that process rather than maybe restricting yourself in some way or needing to define the process. Perhaps you are allowing yourself to open into it. So let's see what we've got next is this card right here, which is intuition, and it's upside down. And it's typically the High Priestess card in traditional tarot. And to me, what this is really speaking to is that you are in a process of gaining greater intuitive clarity. I really feel like this is speaking to new gifts perhaps coming online for you, and those gifts potentially you're needing to nourish them and really lean into trusting your intuition, trusting whatever mystery might be unfolding for you energetically, trusting that inner voice as it comes through. Because what I think is happening is that you're in a process of having these gifts become more refined and clearer, more amplified. And I believe it's shifting you potentially out of this place of restriction. Okay, so the next card that the Marys wanted to bring forward, Spirit wanted to bring forward, is the upside down King of Wands. And this card represents synchronicity and, again, this idea of working with your third eye, working with your intuitive knowing, allowing yourself to be at the right place at the right time and acting from a space of intuition rather than acting from a place of potentially an egoic mind or the need to control the outcome. And upside down, this says to me that the synchronicity is there and waiting for you to sort of relax more into flow, relax more into just being guided and allowing your intuition to really have kind of a more honored voice, a louder seat at the table than perhaps you've been allowing your intuition to have. And just remember too that sometimes logic can kind of intercede when Spirit is wanting to bring synchronicities, wanting to bring unexpected events into our path. When we allow ourselves to surrender into flow, we are able to open up more into those opportunities that naturally want to present themselves for us. Okay, and this next card here is the King of Wands. And this represents confidence and coming into really this new sense of confidence, of knowing that whatever is unfolding for you right now, whatever restrictions perhaps you are breaking free of. And this really, with so much air energy and so much emphasis on this third eye, I'm really feeling like the restrictions are very mentally imposed restrictions. Perhaps alchemization with some of your old thoughts or belief systems that were just no longer supporting you, no longer supporting what is opening up for you. And so what this Queen of Wands wants to tell you, wants to teach you, is to really allow yourself to express your confidence and know that what is unfolding in divine time. It's divinely guided and it's happening for your behalf. And the more you can lean into that confidence and the gifts as they're opening up for you into your inner knowing and your insight as it's coming forward, the more you're going to feel yourself align into a more expanded state. And really, I think this is part of that, the secret of surrendering into flow, as well as this confidence will assist you in that. It will assist you in surrendering into flow so that you can find all of those synchronicities that are really waiting to drop into your field and to show up for you. Okay, so let's move on now to some clarifying cards and see what Spirit would like to bring forward for you, Cancer risings. Okay. So, my darlings, it seems as if some of you may be really moving through or moving from a period that really kind of contained a sense of deep disappointment or hopelessness or frustration. And you may really feel that you might still even have some unresolved issues here with this Eight of Cups energy, maybe some idea of things hanging in the air that potentially haven't even been addressed yet. And so this to me is really a card to work with your energy, to incorporate more tools that will help you maybe potentially move any feelings of stuck or stagnant energy in and through you, to bring in very heart healing stones into your personal work or use. Potentially you might find some healing in that practice. And this is a stone this is an example of a stone that could really help. This is called rhodochrosite, but also rose quartz. And I love my flower agate stone. And this is very heart-centered healing energy that you can bring in through your own daily practice, through your personal meditation work, and you can continue to use it in so many ways. There's so many ways you can set your intentions to work with your crystals. But it can help you. They can be, as I call them, as allies, because they are friends. They help you hold and move energy vibrationally sometimes, especially if there's anything a little stuck that might be coming through. Okay, so the next card that came through, and again, take whatever messages are resonating with all of you, but this was an upside down Four of Wands that really kind of speaks to maybe some stress in the home environment, or maybe potentially a feeling of you needing to reestablish some harmony, elevating your environment in some way, so that it can better support your emotional state and better support the healing that you're moving through. And so this is also a card pointing into just the engagement again of guided meditation, activities that bring you inner peace, decluttering the home, cleansing your space, setting intentions with love in the space, clearing your personal energetic field and aura, really just moving energy is what I hear, is that there's a big kind of cleanse underway for you. And you're needing to reset your space, reset your intentions, and that's actually very beautiful. It creates a very beautiful foundation for going forward. All right, and so now we have the next card is the upside down Ace of Cups. So we're getting a lot of upside down energy today too. So I really feel like, especially for you Cancer risings, we're moving into, shortly it will be Cancer season, you know, and that is the cardinal shift of energetic flow. And so since eclipse season, you know, which really was initiated in Aries season, there's been a big cardinal shift of energy. So you may be still feeling this shifting that's taking place in your field. And so this card here, the Ace of Cups upside down, speaks a bit to having some difficulty with your emotions and potentially feeling emotionally drained. Again, speaks to the need to release any emotional blockages that perhaps you've been holding on to. So it seems like Spirit's really wanting to drive home this point. Anything that's hanging in the air, upside down, anything that you've been holding on to that has felt unresolved but is causing pain to you, Spirit's saying it's time to release. There are these emotional blockages that have been basically buried deep within the heart, and it's requiring some forgiveness and a greater invitation to compassion and to acceptance of who you are now, and allow yourself the freedom to forgive, to release, will clear space for you to invite in all the beautiful things that clearly are really wanting to bring, you know, come forward and bloom within you, that you're gaining this confidence. And it seems to me that this intuitive knowing that is getting greater insights, greater strength, and is growing in your gifts, is potentially in this growth phase because you're moving through a phase of darkness, of difficulty, and you're truly alchemizing. You're learning how it looks like to alchemize at a very powerful level for yourself. And what I'm really hearing is that you get to determine, you know, what you carry. You get to determine what is coming with you or not coming with you. And that's interesting, because here we go. Look at this. The last clarifying card. So as a number, the number 7, if that resonates with anyone. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not even holding this in the camera. Here we go. It's the Chariot, the number 7. And this card really denotes, you know, the alchemical element of this card is water. You can see all the water energy, and it's ruled by your sign, Cancer. So it's a sign of triumph, of victory and success over what is going on. And so this card is really speaking to holding on to your sheer determination to shift into a new reality, the willpower that you have to aspire and create a new reality, and that strong driving force that's behind this card that is steering you in this direction is steering you in the direction of your divine purpose. And it is meant to propel you towards something that's going to exceed your imagination. So this is a really powerful card that speaks to, it's a cheerleading card. It's wanting to encourage you to continue on your path and to remind you that you will succeed in what it is that you're doing, as long as you're remaining focused with it and remaining committed and holding those intentions, staying the course with this. And this will be something that results for you in a sense of triumph. And again, it's about surrendering into whatever it is that you cannot control, and then allow yourself to grow and transform into the person who you wish to be, holding the frequency you want to carry with you. That's very beautiful. I love
I love how that last clarifying card kind of wrapped up a bit of what sounds like a pretty intense journey that you're on right now, Cancer risings. Okay, so here is your very first spirit guidance card. And this comes from a very beautiful deck called the Rose Oracle deck, interestingly enough. And let's see, the fertile void. So the number 76, if that means anything, maybe jot that down. That might be a sign for you. And so this is talking to, this is interesting. This is talking to an interwinter, a time of rest for you, a time of patience, which is really also a time of potency. It's a time of new and secret beginnings, and it holds a very auspicious tone. What it's talking about is that you have very potent golden seeds of a new beginning. And you also have the aftermath of an end. And so this card is saying, we're called to have patience and enter a state of deep rest, repair, and regeneration and acceptance, to let a part of our lives, or even who we once were, metaphorically die, in order to seed, sprout, bud, and bloom again. There's often a letting go, a grief, or a mourning involved, a death of self or of what once was, the endings of things that were once important, relationships, jobs, identities, ways of being. The fertile void asks that we honor the endings to begin again. It's a crucial part of growth, and the new isn't possible without the honoring of the ending. So I think this is a beautiful invitation as well for you to potentially do some journal work, allow yourself to tune into for yourself what you feel these golden seeds are that are wanting to sprout for you right now, that are this beautiful propellant taking you forward, that I'm very excited about for you, Cancer risings. This is a beautiful card. So this card speaks to the entire program that Jess was co-created through me. So listen up, Cancer risings, if you feel so called to work with your energy deeper. The Sisterhood of the Rose, what my guides, the Marys, have said, and that is who we have called in to this reading to help give us guidance. They say that we each carry forward the lineage of the rose light. And this card is called Lineage of the Rose. So allow that to resonate within you how it will. But for me, I got deep goosebumps for you and really feel that this is a soul call. These three cards right here are speaking to your overall soul mission and the soul growth that is underway right now. And so to me, this looks like the budding, the light that's pouring through, through your third eye in this deep meditation that Spirit's been directing you to be in a state of stillness. To me, it's saying you're being called. And so this card reads as this: these times are changing, divisive times. Your soul chose to be here right now for this. You're a part of the collective team led by the goddess, the mother of us all, to reweave and thread the rose back into the tapestry of humanity, to make spaces where all people feel cherished and safe, to heal and be healed from the destructive powers of the patriarchy, to be a part of the return of the goddess to the earth. If you've been doubting your path, you're being called to look within and trust the whispers and weavings from the caverns deep within you. The way of the mystic rose is walked by few, but known by heart, not by mind. Try not to overthink. Rather, trust the threads that are woven deep. This card contains within it the confirmation of an inner call and a reassurance that you are not alone in it. The Mother of us all thanks you for being a part of these changing times for humanity. She acknowledges your devotion to doing your best to support yourself and others in the journey back home to themselves, to each other, and to the earth. She wants you to know that she's available to guide you every step of the way. So speak, sing, and dance with her. Oh, Cancer risings. You know this got the waterworks going. Okay, darlings, it says you are led, you are led, you are led. How are you being called to commit more deeply to humanity and to the earth? Woo-wee, that was a doozy. I still have tears in my eyes for you. Okay, and the bud is the last of the guidance cards. Look at that. To me, I see all this fractal energy. I see how the one is the all and the all is the one, and we are all a part of it. And here it says potential promise. It's about to happen. Keep going. Oh, let's see. I can get these babies to stand upright. Okay. So this card again speaks to this embryonic space, the swelling at the stem of the flower that has that immediate potency and potential to develop into a flower. And so it's the promise of what's to come and the physical manifestation of the seeds that we've been holding deep within the earth and nurturing and dreaming through the fertile void of winter. So this is talking about being in that next season. So since it brought up winter and you being in a space of wintering, this to me maybe speaks of the next chapter of that phase, that winter is going to bring these very potent seeds into what will be your inner spring season. And then that bud will begin to realize these manifestations, these new energies that are being called forth in and through you. And when your guidance card came out, it fell out, Cancer rising. So we've got a double iteration of winter energy. This is, winter solstice represents the exact opposition of your sign. You've got summer solstice inside Cancer. It's the light of the light. And when we pass over summer solstice, we're then shifting from the lightest of the light half of the year into a returning into dark while still remaining in the light half. So we're shifting from Cancer to Libra. We're beginning to see an increase or a return, a decrease in light, we'll say. And so when you are in winter solstice, when you reach the peak, you're at the darkest of the dark. And when winter solstice passes, it begins to shift back into the returning of the light. So if you think of that in terms of energetic symbology, it sounds to me like what Spirit's been trying to really share with you is that you're turning the corner. It's returning into light, but you're still in this wintering phase where you're still incubating, you're still resting, you still need to recuperate your energy, you're still working on what it is that you are going to deeply grow in your garden come spring in your energetic field, right? That they're like metaphorically speaking about. So it's also, the winter solstice is also the shortest day of the year versus the summer solstice, which is coming soon in your sign. your rising sign, will be the longest day of the year as well. And so, one thing too that winter solstice reminds us, there's a lot of festivals of light during that time, and there's a lot of reminders that the light will return again. And it also symbolizes this beautiful period of time seasonally where if you have the advantage to experience snow, when you get that first snowfall and you go outside and it is so quiet, you feel as if you're blanketed. That's, I think, where that term of blanketed by snow comes from. You feel insulated. There's such a silence, such a stillness. And I really feel like energetically Spirit is speaking about cultivating that time of stillness, that time of reflection, being really intentional about these buds. All right, Cancer rising, I hope that this resonates with you. I hope you found it supportive and nourishing on where you're at in your journey. And if you did, please let me know what's going on. If you'd like to leave me a comment, let me know how this fit for you. And of course, I love any likes, any subscribes. I appreciate all of that. And I will see you again soon. Take good care.